Shut up and sit down.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to RP Legends. I'm your host, Jedico, and today we're going to be covering angles in roleplay. Let's begin. Well, first, there's four types of angles in geometry. There is the acute angle, which is anything between 0 and 90 degrees. The right angle, which is 90 degrees exactly. The obtuse angle, which is 90 degrees to 180 degrees. And the straight angle, which is exactly 180 degrees. That's just a straight punch, a bullet coming out of a gun, a straight lunge attack, or something, just something that goes from left to right, up to down, or straight. It doesn't curve in any kind of shape, end, or form. So that's important to know these angles. Now, as you can imagine, there's exactly, I want to say, there's actually 360 degrees in is which a coverage that we're really trying to understand. Right below, right here, we're going to show you like a little map. The guy is you in the middle, and around you is sort of like this clock. But let's just not cover the clock for now. Let's just imagine the degrees. All around you is varying degrees. You got 120 degrees, you got 360 degrees, which is, the full reversal. You got the 60 degrees, 45 degrees, things like that. You can see all that, right? So anytime that you move or interact with an object, your hands are either going to the left or going to the right, but to what varying degree? Like if I'm going to do a roundhouse kick, am I doing a 45-degree roundhouse kick? Am I doing a 180 roundhouse kick where I'm just taking my left foot or my right foot and I'm swinging it across? Or maybe I just did a full rotation, well, which is 360 degrees. I just do a kick, goes right over the head, spins back around, and I'm back in my main place. There's a lot of energy and momentum applied there. You have to know these things because you can't just say a roundhouse kick because there's various degrees of roundhouse kick. You can't just say you do a curve punch because there's a various degrees of curve punches. The more degrees that is applied, more or less, the more momentum that you're probably putting into it, and your body shifts with this, along with whatever degrees of angles you're putting into it. So, based on the picture, you're going to get into position, right? Knees bent, eyes forward, right side facing the opponent. Your hands are going to be balled in a fist, one foot forward from the body facing the opponent, the other closer to the left breast. Now, your left foot has its heel up, because you're getting ready to kick with it. Your right foot pointing towards the opponent so that you have aim. Now that you're in position, you're going to move your left foot forward while twisting your right ankle 45 degrees to the right. That's going to lift up your knee high, foot cocked, cocked in. I don't know how else to say it, but you're going to have to cock your foot in before extending it outwards in a snapping motion, foot outstretched, kick sharp and fluid as it recoils back into place before lowering itself down to the floor. Ahead to the right foot, toes aimed at the opponent, while the body shifts another 45 degrees to the right, returning to the same pose as before. But with your left foot forward, right foot back, with its heel lifted off the ground in preparation for another roundhouse kick. This is what we would call a very, very advanced role play, anywhere between S class to F class. There are simpler ways to explain it. It'd be like, you're facing them with your right side, hands up in a boxer's pose. You're going to lift your left foot high with the knee bent. You're going to extend the foot outwards in a snapping motion before retracting it back in and then stepping down with your left foot, shifting positions 180 degrees, now facing, now with your left side facing your opponent, your right side facing back towards your six. There's any number of ways to describe it. But I noticed that, the detail really does help just because you're allowing your opponent to sort of know exactly where your position is, that you have the good posture. Another way to increase your role play here would be to post your breathing. When you're taking your breath in, when you're exerting it, and just any real other twisting motion that you have. But this is just to sort of give you an idea of a more advanced person's role play ability or combat. Sometimes you could just say, hey, left foot back, snap foot forward, roundhouse kick, landing forward. You could just be a little quick with it, but if you want to really, put the details out there, this would be the best way to go about it, I believe. At least from my point of view. All right, so we're going to go back to the clock, right? Just so you understand the basics of angles and how this is all going to tie into that clock. And I promise I was going to go back to it. So basically, you're on a clock, right? Whatever is facing your chest is your 12 o'clock. Whatever is facing your back is your 6 o'clock. To your left, to your right, is 9 o'clock to the left, 3 o'clock to your right. You know how a clock works. You get this, right? So after that, let's just say that your moderator is telling you that you're facing four people, right? And these four people are going to attack you at your 12, at your 9, at your 4, and at your 6. They're going to attack in 2 seconds after the other. So that gives you perfect ample time to deal with them. So then you're going to think about your degrees, right? I'm going to throw that degrees right there. Boom. Now it's like, okay, well, how am I going to deal with this person? Obviously, the first attacker is coming at you. So you can do a straight angle attack and just kick forward, punch forward, deal with him. Then after that, you could do a 45-degree spin and then do a reverse heel kick. Shoot your leg out behind you, thrust it into the stomach of the guy at your 9 o'clock. You're now facing your opponent that was at your 7 o'clock. I mean, at your 7 o'clock, but your 4 o'clock. The person that was attacking you at your 4 o'clock, he's now to the right of you. So he's now at your 3 o'clock. So you can perfectly engage him. You can run forward and do another 45-degree spin kick. You're going to kick that guy in the face, and that 45 degrees is going to travel to the guy that was still at your 6 o'clock, which is going to get hit by the final fatality of your foot as it finishes up its kick and you land. So you manage to deal with all of them pretty quickly, pretty effectively, and all of it within the time barrier that you need. So that is basically a display of, how angles is going to work with you, how degrees is going to work in correlation to the time clock. Very helpful information. There is something that goes with this called your center of touch. That's going to be featured in another video that we're going to do. So we're going to close it up for today. I just wanted to get these basics out, and my wife was telling me, hey, you're getting a little crazy, and things aren't working out the way you think, Jay. This is a little advanced for people, and I apologize for that. I'm going to get some beginner videos out there for people. So this is a bit of an advanced video, and you're going to need your center of touch to understand what I'm talking about. And then we'll film that next. So for now, guys, this was angles and roleplay. Sorry if it got a little complicated. If you need any descriptions or answers, just be sure to ask them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell, and please share for all that is holy share, because views are very important, time spent is very important. The longer you guys watch the videos, the more I show up on YouTube's algorithm, because that's just the way YouTube is doing things right now. And I'm going to start giving out some more daily posts if I can help it, and just me talking about certain roleplay events and situations, combats that I've been into before, and just to sort of give you guys an idea of what I've been through in roleplay. But for now, we're going to close it out. Thank you guys for being patient with me and trying to understand this video. I know it was hard. I can't begin to apologize for that. But we'll see you next time here on RP Legends.